Multi-exclusive dimensional being Kai with another exclusive. Today's video is going to be about how to find your career path in life. And it's very important because you ever heard the term, you're going down the wrong path? Yeah, a lot of people can be going down the wrong path. We don't want to go down the wrong path. We in new towns, we in new ages, we in new locations, we in new spaces, we in new dimensions, we in new domains during this time. So of course, when something is new, you have to find a new way of doing things in your own natural alignment. Key word, natural alignment. Not what the world is telling you to do, not what society is telling you to do. Because in this world and in this society, there's so many programs, there's so many delusions, there's so many illusions, and there's so many spectrums, and there's so many motherfucking boxes that people pretty much get caught up into, or of course, get trapped into. Man, when we talk about career path, see, it's very important to know what time you was born, which is going to be presenting itself in your astrological chart. See, the second house and the sixth house is pretty much different from the 10th house. See, the 10th house is the cardinal. Now, cardinal is where you pretty much be the boss, pretty much where you set the tone, pretty much where you set the stage. Your second house will be pretty much based upon how you plant the seed. So you got to have the garden. You got to plant the seed there. Now, the sixth house will be nurturing the seed. The sixth house will be adding water on that bitch. If you ain't got no milk to put the cereal in it, go get you some water. Put some water in that damn bitch. And of course, the sunlight gonna do whatever it gotta do. See, you ain't gonna put no milk on the seed. You're gonna let the water go on that shit this time. We're gonna switch it up. You know what I mean? Because remember, fixated is having a fixed mind, a fixed motion to plant that seed there. Now, the sixth house is mutable. So it's coming up with new ways and different ways on how to nurture it. So of course we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna add a little water on that shit. We ain't gonna deal with no motherfucking milk. Then of course, the cardinal way will be how you initiate it, and pretty much when you're done with the sixth perspective, when you're done nurturing the shit, you can sit back and see your that money grow on your trees, and let that shit pretty much be a resemble as far as your work is done. All you got to do is pretty much be the boss now, be the manager, of course, or be the CEO, and just pretty much make sure that business is pretty much being taken care of. Make sure everybody's doing their job, everybody doing his work, which is your kids, and of course, everybody down there taking care of their responsibilities. And that's the whole purpose of the 10th house, which is your responsibility. Because if you ain't responsible, you ain't taking care of your responsibilities, you're neglecting your path, you're neglecting your career, you're neglecting your kids, you're neglecting your purpose, then of course that purpose is gonna get smashed down. And nobody else is gonna be able to be the boss of it. Feel me? That's why you gotta be the boss. You gotta stand on business. So when we talk about your 10th house, this is how you stand on business. Now, this is highly important to know your time, because if you don't know what time you're born, then you need to figure out either your life path is gonna play out, or you just need to pretty much go within yourself and follow the perspective of where you need to find your dream at. So of course, you could be in the wrong career right now. This career not serving you, this career not helping you, this career is not developing for you, this career is draining you, this career is harnessing your energy, this career is pretty much putting you in a phase of wanting to give up, wanting to quit, or wanting to pretty much get out of there, or hallucination, or pretty much giving you the whole spectrums of the runarounds. And of course, you're getting the short end of the stick, versus where you could have just pretty much went in the right path, which is your 10th house, take responsibilities there, be the boss there, express your status there, and of course, you could reign all the money, all the fame, all the prosperity into your existence. Now, of course, this take a lot of action. This take a lot of internal action and external action, a lot of energy work, a lot of planting seeds, a lot of harnessing, a whole lot of put into things to test, a whole lot of testing the waters, a whole lot of testing the obstacles. But of course, there's always going to be obstacles, there's always going to be oppositions, but that's the whole purpose of course, standing on business and making sure everything is in your perspective. Now, let's run down these houses, because of course, we have 12 houses. Now, 12 houses play out the habits that you have, which is your personalities, the things you value, your surroundings. Fourth house would pretty much be the higher ideas. The fifth house would pretty much be your expressions, which is fire. Sixth house would be pretty much the earth, which is daily routine. Seventh house would be the air, which is partnership, relating. Eighth house would pretty much be the water sign, which is the subconscious, the unseen. Ninth house would be, of course, the fire house, expression, and going above the extremes. 10th house would be the status, which you're known for, of course. Earth, cardinal, and of course, 11th house would be the motherfucking air, which is fixed air, fixated in your own way of doing things and making sure these things grow and having a future and a vision. The 12th house will be the subconscious, which is mutable, having many dreams and many conceptions on how you want to present yourself. Now let's start off the first house. Now, if you got the 10th house in your first house, you're going to be known for your status, your career, how you present yourself with your personality. Whether you're a comedian, whether you're a boss, or whether you want to be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to be, but as long as you're acting out in a fire sign, which is passion, motivation, and of course, acting towards your purpose, you're going to present these things. And of course, as long as you have a mind, because your mind ain't going to pretty much be automatic. You have to program your mind. You have to program shit in your life. If you don't program shit, if you don't do that inner work, if you don't put that inner intensity inside of things, these things will not work out into your favor. That's the whole purpose of having your power and your magic. If you're not giving time and attention to something, if you're not psyching something up, it's not going to work for you. I don't give a fuck how you present it. I don't give a fuck how it plays out. You ain't putting no energy into that shit. You're not utilizing that shit like your bitch on how you supposed to fuck that bitch. Then it's not going to work out for you. Now that's will be your first house. Your second house will basically be based upon the things you value, who you value, what you have to value to the world, whether it's painting, music, or how you want to present yourself. Or you could be valuing somebody else's shit by sharing their shit, copying their shit. And of course, that could bring you money right there because you're going to be receiving all the attention too. But of course, you're acting in your natures. It may be copyrights, but of course, you're acting in your natures. And this could bring you pretty much good fortune. But now, second house, we're talking about earthly matter things. How you can present yourself and plant that seed on earth in a fixated way, though. And of course, using cardinal earth, which is the 10th house, by making it a daily routine. Now, your third house will basically be based upon your surroundings. If you have the 10th house in your third house, this is based upon your surroundings. Things that you're familiar with, people that you're familiar with, and things that you're like pretty much doing on a daily routine. So go to the supermarket, present yourself, or have a music video, do a music video in your surroundings or areas that you're known for. And of course, this can open up into many opportunities in your perspective. Of course, as you can see, 6ix9ine, he did a music video on Madison Street or some shit like that in the Bed-Stuy. He was walking around. Feel me? He did the music video and he got known for his status there. So do something in your surroundings that's gonna make you popular and big. Now, if you got it in your fourth house, 10th house in the fourth house, this is domestic family matters. So of course, if you was in a domestic violent partnership, relationship with your parents or anybody like that, or somebody raped you, or somebody did harm to you, or if you know somebody that was raped, or you know how to help people in these conditions, or you know how to pretty much record your house and show how things is done, how you supposed to take care of your kids and things of that nature, this would be a position for you to present yourself and of course broadcast it and put it out there, how you could be known for your status. That's what you would pretty much do. Now, if you have the 10th house and the 5th house, this would be pretty much based upon talents, how you can draw. I don't care if you're the shittiest drawer in the world. As long as you have a mind and a mentality that you're expressing these things and putting it out there, you're going to receive all the fruits and benefits. Whether you're dealing with drawings or females, you're doing hair, you're doing nails and shit like that. Whatever you're creative at, whatever you have a talent and gift and a trait at, you're going to pretty much present yourself in those energies and present that shit and go out there and go get it. Whether you do makeup, nails, feet, hair, or fucking if you know how to dress people up and shit like that, drama, if you talking about drama and shit like that, or you talking about gossiping and shit like that, this would be the house to pretty much present it. Feel me? Now, your 6th house, if you have the 10th house in your 6th house, this would be basically based upon your daily routine, what you do on a day-to-day basis, how you pretty much self-criticize things, or how you want things to pretty much look perfectly. This would be either your workout routines, your health, yoga, or fucking herbs, and how you can heal the body and shit. This would be pretty much be a career where you can pretty much be broadcasting into, whether you're presenting yourself and putting it out there. That's what you would take part into. Now, if you have the 10th house and the 7th house, this is relationship, partnerships, communication. So if you're good with helping people that's going through relationship issues, or people, places, and things that's going through circumstances, situations, on trying to learn how to relate, or you in a circumstance situation on where you can broadcast your relationships, how y'all mate, or you could be talking about other relationships on what's going on in the world, like fucking Flavor Flav or one of those TV shows. You can present that shit out there. You can get a status known for that. Anything that's dealing with relationships or how you can better relate yourself. Now, if you got this in 10th house in your 8th house, this is basically based upon, if you have secrets, desires, manipulation, or if you got a OnlyFans, you can make a OnlyFans with this shit too, or you can have porno sites and shit like that. Just dealing with sex, or you can pretty much teach people how to heal themselves in different perspectives and like that. You would pretty much utilize the 10th house lord and the 8th house and to present these things. Whether you go with finding out things in the secrets, finding out the behind the scenes. This is also dealing with psychic abilities, psychic behind the scenes, like things that's hidden, things that that you're good at with that you're good with investigation, like research and shit. This is what you would pretty much present and go out there and pretty much put it out there for the world can see. Now, if you got the 10th house and the ninth house, this is taking your status and putting it towards teaching, being a guru teacher, learning, experiences, or pretty much broadcasting where you're going on flights, when you go on travel, or pretty much telling the world you need to get out more, you need to get out the hood, or you need to do this, or something like that. You were pretty much based upon like inwardly traveling, inwardly or outwardly, whether it's dealing with some spiritual perspectives and things of that nature. You would present yourself in that way. Now, if you have the 10th house and the 10th house, this is a gift. This is a conjunction. This is a square, and this is an opposition. This is all four. Now, depending on how far you can take things, you need to take responsibilities over this shit. So, when it comes to the 10th house and the 10th house, you're going to be pretty much be presenting yourself on how to become a boss, how to do things in your own way, how to become your own drug dealer, how to become your own boss, how to become your own teacher, how to become your own persona, how you can pretty much present yourself and do your own thing, how to become your own politics, how to have your own business, how to have your own authority, how to have your own structure on things and shit. You would pretty much be a boss of your own thing. Feel me? And as long as you present this shit, you're gonna receive all the fruits and labors, and it's gonna come to you easier because you have the 10th house and the 10th house. So just be a boss and be on your bullshit, and of course everything gonna play out to your perspective. As long as you got the mind, as long as you got the emotions to match that, the universe and God is gonna create an alignment for that to play out into your perspectives. But you have to program. You have to program that shit. You got to fuck the universe real good with your mind and your feelings and emotions. Now, if you got the 10th house Lord and the 11th house, this is pretty much going to be based upon groups, associations, unfamiliar places, unfamiliar faces, or science, technology, occult, mysticism, astrology, or shit like that. You can go outside, present this shit, feel me? Broadcast how you can how you pretty much dealing with the stars, going outside, learning shit that you can present yourself and be known for, as far as like coming with groups, family humanitarian, or changing the world, or be on your shit where you can all dress up with stars and shit, and just pretty much be on some weird shit, but show the world that you are weirdos. But this can also bring you good fortune too, because of course you're already having eyes, and of course when people are not familiar with certain things, it gives them like, this shit look very interesting. Feel me? It's giving more energy and more eyes and perspectives on how you can see that outlook. And of course, as long as where attention goes, energy flows. So that's where the energy gonna play out in perspective. So that's where the money gonna come. So as long as you acting out on them energies, being your own, having your own unique way of doing things, having your own unique research, or being rebellious about certain things, or coming up with a circumstance situation where you can present yourself or be a leader by taking groups and taking ownership towards things. This will help you in your perspective, the way you can pretty much attract money and shit like that. So play out in those energies. And last but not least, if you have the 10th house and the 12th house, you need to broadcast your dreams subconsciously. And of course, you need to figure out a way how you can pretty much direct that, put that out there, present it. Feel me? Whether you have dreams, certain weird ass dreams, you need to broadcast these dreams. Or you could be a dream intrepider. Or this can be things that you subconsciously do. Feel me? Like things that you already tapped into, like spirituality, occult mysticism, tarot card readings and shit like that. Things that where you can help people, help the world and shit. You would pretty much utilize these energies. Now, these are the sex house. These are opportunities for you to act on. You got it in the 10th house, this is a square. This is a learning process, but you can go to the extremes. If you got it in the second house, this is a trine. This is a gift. Third house, gotta be misunderstandings, but as long as you get everything correct, you'll be right. Fourth house would be the opposition. Fifth house would be misunderstandings, but of course, take all your responsibilities first. Sixth house would be a gift. Seventh house would be a square. Eighth house will be opportunities. Ninth house will be seeing the other side, and of course, you know how that goes.